Sports in Texas is something that is very valuable to most high school athletes. To senior Nathan Colon, sports had a different effect in life.
I started life, with sports, and I imagine being a part of it in some way, shape, or form until the day I die.
While doing agility drills, preparing for football season, Colon's chest pains began to take a toll, increasing his heart rate more than normal.
I had what you call a anomalous left coronary artery, which basically it was a birth defect that I had never known about my entire life, never affected me up until this point. And basically, one of my arteries was growing out of the wrong side of my heart. If I would have worked out the next Sunday, I would have been dead. And actually, I should have been dead a long time ago.
After tests, the family was given the news that open heart surgery had to take place on September 7th, knowing there was a 30% chance of death.
At that point, I was okay to die. Nothing was for certain going to the surgery, and I was prepared to die, and I was okay with it. And my dad wrote me on my wrist that said, "I love you." So it'd be the first thing that I'd see, last thing I see when I went under, and the first thing I see when I wake up.
And they called and said, he's on bypass. And I remember thinking, his heart's not beating. And what if it doesn't come back?
Being uncertain whether Colon would make it out of surgery, he surprised surgeons by not only recovering in such a short amount of time, but by the progress he made in only 4 days.
I stood up, everything just went crazy. Like all the alarms in my head and my body just went off, and it was a lot of pain. When your body goes through something that traumatic, it basically loses function. It forgets how to use things. And if you don't use them as quickly as possible, your body may forget about them completely. I didn't feel the same. I didn't have the speed I used to, and I didn't have the strength I used to. And it was just annoying because I had bounced back so quickly. And, I made the varsity team as a sophomore. I was hunting for a starting job. Although I'm fine, my body was still recovering and was not going to be 100% for at least a year.
While being in the process of full recovery, Colon did everything possible in order to make the varsity baseball team in February. And despite the adversities, Colon did just that.
A kid hit a ground ball, and I was a shortstop, and I'm like, you know what, I'm fine. So I go running after it, and I dive straight onto my chest and slide. And I get it, and I jump up and I throw it, and he's out. I go home, I tell my mom I dove on my chest. She punches me in the arm. She's like, Nathan, you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, Mom, I'm fine. That was a very key moment in the getting better process, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get back to where I want to be.
And Colon did make varsity, and that year the Prosper High School baseball team went on to have one of the most successful seasons in Prosper High School history.
There's no reason I should be here. I should be dead. I should be buried somewhere in the ground somewhere else. But for whatever reason, I'm still here.
For Student Television Network, I'm Elise Parker.